guys, not much going on. I don't know if that camera angle is right. There we go, that's better. Not much happening. Doing the same as usual for the 40 people who watch these videos, I suppose. I've been thinking over the last few weeks what to do my next video on. And I was thinking maybe service. And you know, what happens if you choose to serve, you know, for humankind and for mankind and for your loved ones. And then if you serve God, to sum it up, if you serve God, like, it's good, it's the way that, you know, it's one of the most direct ways to, you know, the Pure Land. And it also is a kind of a path that you'll be kind of humiliated a few times on. You'll be asked, you know, maybe to, I don't know, one thing like, you know, for a walkable distance, get the bus, or have 3 smokes in 40 minutes. There'll be steps like that. You do get humiliated and you lose friends, obviously, and sometimes, like a friend, one of my, you know, pretty much my close friend ever, we're very, very close in school. Like, I call Eric, he came out to Donabay, and God was even like, no, that's not the step. That's not the step for that time. Like, you know, you can go a long time without seeing friends, and sometimes a step will be like not even going to the pub to socialise or going down to a training session. It's huge sacrifices, like, you know. There's one gentleman, a very good friend of mine, Neil, who I kind of explained my aims and objectives and what I was trying to do, because I would never say it to someone because they wouldn't believe me. Like, yeah, lads, I'm trying to, you know, completely change the consciousness of Donabay and to bring heaven to Donabay, you know, and stuff like that. And people would instantly say, it's not possible. You can't do stuff like that, you know what I mean? But of course you can. It's been done before on Earth and in many other places, you know. Ikaria is a place in Greece, which was the forerunner. It's essentially a place that has been elevated to, you know, the Pure Land, or that realm. It can be done. Obviously, a human in a human body cannot go to heaven. We need to pass to go to heaven. But if you notice in Donabay or in Mother Earth or in all these countries, there's all this space, and it continues for miles into the air. You know, as humans, the biggest space we have in us is probably in our stomachs, and we haven't eaten, you know. So there's huge potential in this consciousness around here, you know. I firmly believe there's stuff all around here, but we can't see it. In Mass we say, you know, God the Father, creator of the visible and the invisible. So there's definitely stuff around us we can't see, you know. Yeah, a lot of my friends at the moment getting married and having kids. One of my best friends when I was a kid, Aaron Canty, and he's had a kid since 2017. Then his dad, Danny Canty, would be one of my closest friends. Very, very nice gentleman. And it's just, yeah, I've a lot of really, really close people to me. But then there's a problem with that, because more is less, you know what I mean? So if you have thousands, hundreds of incredibly good friends, you know, you don't get that sort of real closeness and tightness with people, and you only have 5 or 6 really close friends, you know what I mean? It's hard to direct your time evenly and not to have like any sort of favoritism, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've been studying true love, and it's something freaked me out for a long time, because I'd be getting the bus and I'd be having panic attacks and stuff, and I'd be getting anxiety, and I'd be getting these bursts of anger, and I'd be thinking about these embarrassing things that happened to me back in the day, and I had no idea where they were coming from, because nothing scares me on earth. I have no fear of anybody or really anything apart from God. Panic attacks, I wouldn't really understand why I'd be getting them. But then I recently was at a Gaelic game, and a very close friend of mine who's older, I was getting this really bad feeling, I was like, where is this coming from? And one of the aspects of true love is their suffering is your suffering. So if they're suffering, you feel that, you take that suffering, you share it with them to help them get through it because you've true love for them. So this man, when I looked at him, and a few seconds later, it just clicked. I was like, I'm feeling that suffering and despair of other people because I've true love for them. You know what I mean? So now I've got a technique. If I'm feeling anxious, I try and understand where, who's the person who's feeling anxious, and I'm getting it off them, and then calm them down. Because not everyone has a practice. Everyone does their own thing in life. You can choose essentially what you want to do in life, and like some people don't have a practice on how to deal with suffering and stuff. But I've practiced stuff like that for a very long time. You know what I mean? So I'm able to help people. I don't see the point in anxiety or panic or fear or paranoia. I don't think they're horrible, evil things. I think they're actually one with some things that are the best entities in the universe. But yeah, it's just a matter of placating them, the ones inside you, and not rejecting anything inside you, even evil. It's just like transforming it and realizing it has potential. Yeah. Mm. Real worthwhile practice is just trying to develop certain aspects within you, trying to grow that seed. So if you have anger or wrath or fury or anger, wrath, fury, there's one more rage. There's opposites to that. So just cultivate the opposite, and then those other seeds will lay dormant. You know what I mean? I still believe I hold the message of eternal life. I don't think it's possible for things to die. I think maybe 100 billion humans have died on Earth so far since I think we became conscious sapiens. And I think it's something, if 100 billion people can go through when you're 80 or 90 or even 100, luckily, you'll be able to go through it, you know what I mean? Another thing about that is if you understood the amount of entities that are, dying in the universe every second, it would be an exponential number. The number would be, it would have a million zeros after. So strange thing, those beings just go into nothingness forever. It's a bit crazy, but like everything, the nature of everything is transform, continue. You know what I mean? Birth essentially means from absolutely nothing you came into existence, and then death, from something you go completely nothingness. It's not true, like, you know what I mean? Life is eternal. You can't die. Energy can't be destroyed or killed or completely just disintegrated forever. You know what I mean? And people say, well, God can do it. God's omnipotent. I don't think that they can either. It's like, it's funny. I do believe God. I know the power of God. It's kind of funnily powerful. It's actually quite scary. But I don't think they can just disintegrate something into nothingness forever. I think the even idea of deadness, complete deadness, is an extreme, or non-being, and it can't be reached. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I might wrap it up there. Yeah, it'd be nice to, what I said about Donabate going to heaven. Maybe, yeah, you can do the same on Earth essentially if you follow the path. If you're able to do that. And like sports as well, you can change. So that's really it. Yeah, I've been thinking about ways of entering kind of a state of happiness, and it can be done through good deeds. It can start very simple. You go to the brownie solely for the intent of buying your brother or your sister or you go to the bakery with the idea of buying your brother or your sister like a brownie or a croissant or something, and you give it to them, or you just say thank you in a really nice way, or for just, starting a conversation, saying something nice about someone's heritage or their culture. And yeah, it's not that difficult to become a really good person. Just keep doing good deeds, and you become happier. Yeah. So that's the video for today. Thank you, and suppose see you next video.